Hi there and welcome to Larkin Design. I'm Theresa Moxley. So today I wanted to do just a little touch base with my one little word project and sort of just talk a little bit about where I am with my album this week and with my journaling and how my word has found me this week and just sort of how I'm processing some things. And so last week I had completed or had sort of worked through some of the original January excuse me, prompts and had created a couple of layouts in my album. And I apologize, there's construction going on outside my window again. So if you hear that noise, that's what it is. But anyway, I had sort of started my album and had worked through the prompts like this. And then this is what I worked on this week. And so I went ahead and finished up my intentions. That was something that I had sort of started on and was thinking about and was kind of working through. And I noticed when I was jotting these down and was just sort of processing what it is that I wanted to focus on just for me personally, that some words jumped out at me, and they're words like self-care, rest, think, time, acknowledge, learn, stretch, recognize, nurture, connect. Just some of these words jumped out at me, and I just drew a box around those words. Those are some of the things that I want to keep in my mind. One of the fascinating things that I find in having a single word and having a word like shine is that leads to other words, and I love that connection, that where your brain goes. It's sort of like your brain just weaves in and out, and it reminds you of different things over here and something over here. And that's one thing that I really hope to encapsulate in this album, is the other different words that come to my mind because of focusing on the word shine. And this is great, right? Because it means that even if we pick one single word, we can still talk about and we can still process and live out other words as well. Because I know that I need to practice good self-care. I need to rest. I'm a go kind of person when it deals with my creativity. My brain does not shut off creatively, and I create these layouts and these videos and blog posts all day long, and then I go to bed and I have my phone and I'm on Pinterest and I'm writing notes to myself about what tomorrow's layout is going to be, and then I'm on the Project Life app and I'm creating this week's layout already, and I just don't stop when I get going creatively. And so rest is one of the big things that I need to do in order to shine, because I need to help myself to sort of shut my brain off and just say, okay, it's time to rest right now. It's time to just take some deep breaths in and out and take care of myself so that I don't burn out. Emotionally, I was thinking through, some of what I'm working through in my life, and the biggest thing for this one is for me to acknowledge your own feelings, even if no one else does. And I need to take the time for myself to say, you know, I'm not sure that I'm real happy about that, and acknowledge that and spend a little time, don't park there, but spend a little time thinking about what is it about this particular situation that is making me unhappy, or that is triggering me, or that was a big thing for me emotionally. And then creatively, this one, I had like 3 pages in my journaling notebook creatively about, you know, where my intentions are. And because this is, I almost need to like highlight this and star all over it and everything, because this is me. This is where I shine, right? This is what makes me happy, and where I'm feeding my soul right now. And you know, hopefully, it's my hope that if you've been following me for the last 3 or 4 months at least, hopefully you're seeing a progression here. I started making YouTube videos I think in November of 2013, and I really wanted to do December Daily, and I wanted to churn out December Daily videos every day, and blog posts, December Daily blog posts every day. I really wanted to do that, and for 2014 that did not happen. And I look back at those videos. I will always leave those first videos up because they're of tremendous value to see how far I've come, and it's important to see where I've come from, because if ever there was somebody who did not have their crap together and was trying to make YouTube videos, it was me. And those first videos are dark, and the camera's tilted, and everything is wrong. To me, everything is wrong in those videos. But you know, I made them, and I did it, and I'm still proud. I'm proud because I can look now, today, and say, I have worked through a lot of those technological challenges to make better videos, and so there's been a big progression there in a year. It's been a long year, but I hope that you can see too where there's been a progression, and I want us all to know that we're all in a process. You know, it's easy to look at someone like Stephanie Bryan or Maggie Holmes or, you know, Allie Edwards. Gosh, they're so polished and so professional and very talented, and produce incredible amounts of quality work that inspires all of us and that we all go gaga for. And I have to remind myself, because, you know, comparison is an immobilizer, right? Because I can't compare myself to Maggie Holmes, and I can't compare myself to Allie Edwards, but we do in a way, and we use that as an excuse to keep ourselves from producing good work. And this year has been all about, for me, moving past that and saying, it doesn't matter that this photo is not perfect photographer quality. It doesn't matter that this page isn't perfectly done the way that Allie Edwards would do it or somebody else would do it. What matters is that I did it, and that I did it today, and that I'm posting it right here today. That's all that matters for me. And so creatively, I have a couple, like I said, I have just a whole big long list, but the main ones that jumped out at me, and this is my accountability: produce good quality work, learn my new camera, stretch yourself creatively, recognize and celebrate achievements and set goals. And one thing is that setting goals when you're creative can be an incredible challenge. And this is something that I hope to work through a little bit better this year, on how to set goals when there's not a dollar sign attached to it, and there's not there's not a pay raise there. How do you judge your own performance when there's no boss and there's no real there's no rubric in creativity? That's my sort of creative intentions in a very condensed nutshell. I did want to write about relationships. One of the reasons why I scrapbook is to document relationships. And there's something that happens when you've lost relationships that were important to you. And there's especially something that happens to you when you are a survivor of traumatic relationships, that fostering healthy relationships is a tremendous challenge. And this is me just being really vulnerable right now and being really honest and really just taking time to look at the big picture of the relationships in my life. And I wish that I could say that my trauma existed separately from my relationships, but my trauma is like a big giant spaghetti noodle that just winds in and out of every relationship that I have. And so I have to monitor that spaghetti noodle. I have to figure out what makes that spaghetti noodle move into that relationship, and that's a complicated journey, and I don't plan to write a lot about that, but I do want to show in this album various relationships and how those relationships helped me shine. And so that's one of my goals this year. Take time to nurture your marriage. I am incredibly lucky and incredibly privileged to be married to a really amazing man, and he and I both have a story to tell, and we both had a whole lifetime before we met each other. And I love documenting our relationship and capturing our relationship on film, although it's not film now. But I love documenting our relationship through photographs, and that's something that I really plan to continue doing that. But I also, in order to make that happen and in order to maintain that quality that shines when he and I take photographs together, there's a magic that happens there, and that doesn't happen that magic doesn't happen by magic. That magic in our photographs happens by nurturing. And so I want to commit to nurturing our relationship and helping us build that, continue moving forward in that. So I just made, this is actually a Pinterest quote, and if you look on my Pinterest, it's under one little word, shine. One little word, 2016, shine. And it says, your inner light shines when you are at peace with yourself and the world around you. Let go of the struggle and feel the beauty inside you. Allow all to just be and just be you. And obviously, this speaks to me in a lot of ways. You know, some of the things that I wrote about in my intentions, you know, self-care, acknowledging, stretching, recognizing, nurturing, and connecting. Those are all associated with just being. Just be and recognize how much I shine just being right here in the moment. And so one of the things that was kind of big in our life for the last 2 weeks has been this snow. We live on the East Coast in the middle of North Carolina, and while we didn't get a huge accumulation, we got like maybe 3 inches, but we did get a snowstorm, and we did get a sleet storm, and so it came down for a really long, like 2 days, I don't know, a day and a half, that it just snowed and then sleeted and then snowed some more. But while it was snowing, I grabbed my husband and I said, we're going outside and we're just going to do a little photo shoot. And if you want to check out my Pinterest, I have a board on my Pinterest that I've sort of been collecting. It's called February Love. And this is sort of a shameless plug. For next week, I have a Valentine's Day mini album that I plan to share with you. And so I've been kind of planning this video shoot and kind of thinking about what kind of photos I want to get of us together. And one of the things that I love about my husband is that he's willing to, when I say, let's take a picture, he is all there and he's all in, and he wants to take pictures with me just as much as I want to take them. And so I never know like when this magic is going to happen. But this magic happened while it was snowing last weekend. What drew me to this photo and why I chose it for this album was because there's this thing that happens right here, and my husband is looking at me, you know, he's smiling at me, and I can feel that he adores me. And then the light caught my forehead and my face just the right way, and there's something that speaks to me, and I feel like this is a moment where it's okay to shine. He asked me, can I take some of the photos? And so I gave him the remote shutter, and he took a lot of these, and he had a great deal of fun just making that happen. So having him be a part of this process is a really cool thing. Brought this photo into Photoshop and just used my Wacom tablet to do the handwriting, and it reads, my dearest self, look at you, being so happy, being so brave. You are glowing and you shine so bright. You are awesome. So that's pretty much, in a nutshell, what I did this week in my album and how I felt like the word shine kind of lived, how I lived that word for this week. And I hope that you've enjoyed that, and I hope that you've kind of heard some things that speak to you through this, and I hope that you're finding a way to shine yourself. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.